Good morning, my fellow ambassadors. I am truly honored to be allowed to run and campaign for next year's junior class president position. First and foremost, I want to thank Ms. Blackwell and the entirety of SJ for their astonishing work with the events, culture, and environment you all produced this year. I am campaigning for this leadership position against a friend, an accomplished student whom I deeply respect, and I know that if this position were to go to him, it would go into adequate hands. If you have seen my campaign posters around school, you may have seen the QR code with my list of leadership roles. Briefly, I will go over them as to give you a glimpse into my leadership qualifications. Currently, I serve on the FCYC Executive Board as the chair of the Anti-Litter Committee. I was chosen to become one of our school's sophomore class representatives, and I'm one of the 5 founding members of the Group Theory Junior Board. The common misconception is that being your class president allows you to make changes that carry the significant weight of real action. I cannot change lunch schedules, school funding, or the amount of homework we receive. Those will be hollow promises. What I can promise is that I could be an amplifier for student voices to be heard by the coming international administration. Very often, student words fall to deaf ears of the very busy faculty at CI. I plan to help pick them up and bring them to the forefront of attention. With my help in this area, I can support an environment where we don't simply learn from our teachers, but also from each other. I can contribute to the opportunities that will foster our communities and individual growth. Accomplishing this requires immense creativity and support. That is where you all come in. Last semester, I took Ms. Baker's Math 3 course. She was an exemplary teacher, and I'm grateful to have learned from her. Being that this is Ms. Baker's first year of teaching, she decided to implement a way to help her and her students she teaches. Thus, the idea of a suggestion box was born. It left a great impression on her teaching style. When students left a suggestion in the box, she would adjust to accommodate the ideas that were presented. From this idea, I am hoping to implement an ambassador proposal system where any ideas you all may have can be received. This gives everyone's ideas a chance to be considered. We not only learn from our teachers, but using the system allows us to help us learn from each other and our ideas. Now, there are a few more ideas I have, one being a more efficient way to get school news communicated to students, teachers, and parents. I have asked students, if you could change one thing about Common International, what would it be? The majority of the answers were, CI needs a more effective and efficient line of communication between our parties. I agree with this statement because this year has had various incidents of the administration not telling us things until the last minute. I do not blame them for this, though. This has been a very hectic year in SGA. We are just now recovering from COVID, so we have tried a bunch of new things. I propose a system of a student-written newspaper. It will be completely virtual, so there's no cost of printing paper. This could be a great way for students to help bridge the gap between the administration and our parents, keeping everyone in the loop. Lastly, I want to thank everyone for listening to my speech about what I bring to the table as president. I hope you have a comprehensive look into the ideas I plan to implement and why I'm a great leader and what you've taken away from the fact that I care about this school's culture, environment, and community. And with this, I'll leave you with the quote by Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, concerned citizens can change the world, because indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Thank you for listening.